Good day guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ademola Badmus. If this is your first time, please do not forget to like and subscribe. And this will be the concluding part of our first playlist, and we are going to conclude the page object modeling because we've been able to create the reusable methods. So we've been able to avoid creating so many page object files. We've been able to create just one, and we are going to be able to reuse what is inside that particular one throughout the whole steps that we're going to do. So let's get right into it. So what I'm going to do right now is this is the runner file, and we've been able to create all of this. So what that means is that we don't need this particular method to over main stop anymore, because we've created one single method that can over the main tab and over the main stop section by itself. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go to the runners page, and I'm going to split my screen into two. Let me just split to the right. So what all the steps here, I'm going to replace it, will be replaced in the runner file, so we can ultimately delete the index file because we won't be needing it anymore. So we've been able to get to clicking that step. So the next thing that we need to do now is we know that we've hovered over the main tab, the main stop, and we've clicked, and we need to just get through the rest, which means we will need to select the index, the shop page index, the shop page item, get to the product details page and all that. So I'm going to pause the video because I'm going to use all the methods that we did here. So I'll pause the video because I don't want it to take long. So I'll do those things because we have methods that can do those steps. So I will just pause the video and do everything. So let me do that right away. So I have been able to do that. I've collected everything, and where we needed to wait for text presence, and I've been able to replace everything under one single file. So what you can see here is we have 32 lines of code, right, with this representation, and in the index file we have how many lines of code? We have about 61 lines of code, which means we've been able to actually reduce all our steps. But bear in mind that just as we've just used the page object model here, what we've been able to achieve primarily is we've been able to still test every action step by step, but created a saner way of doing everything, right? So I'm going to go ahead and try to run this and see if it runs. So if it runs, then we're on the right path. So this would end the old series for us, but in the next series, we will now be looking at TDD. What's that? Wait for text presence required. Where is that line 53 in select value 36? So I needed, okay, so the select value that I created has an issue here. So what should be the problem? What should be the problem here? So then what's the issue? It says the missing one required argument text. The text is there. This is it. Select value by text, and page object. It is there. Let me see what I'm doing wrong. Select by value, body elements, select country. Yeah. So wait for the text presence is missing an argument. So how is it missing an argument? Wait for text presence is missing an argument. Oh, that's not what we need here. We need, oh, we've made a mistake. What we need is wait for presence. So we need wait for presence. Oh, Control Z. Wait for presence. What am I doing? So wait for presence is what we need here. And wait for presence is also what we need here. And wait for presence is also what we need here. Oh God, it's a lot. Where else again? Wait for presence, wait for presence, wait for presence. Yes, I think we are fine now. So let's run this again and see, because we do not need text presence at that point. So let's see. As you can see, it's going through everything and it has added it. And here we are going through every other thing and placing the order, and that's it. So what you can also notice is that it was faster than what we had when we used the index file. Let me run from the index again and see. In my own thinking, I think it is faster because the class files have been resolved faster. To me, it is faster somewhere here. Yeah, and even the flakiness was reduced. Now this is flaky. So it means that we have an advantage using page object modeling to a large extent. As you can see, I'll have to run this again to make it work. So it would seem to us that using a page object model style and eventually using other improved way of scripting is of better benefit to us. So this brings us to the end of the playlist, like I said, and let's just see that this also runs like it is before. So I will continue to use this file to introduce us to introduce us to PyTest. I'll copy everything in this and I'll introduce us to PyTest with this because all we will need to do now is we don't need this anymore. We don't need this index anymore. So we can delete it because it works just fine with our page object, and we can rename this. So let's refactor. So we rename it to just page objects. So everywhere it is referenced and all will become page objects. So there is no error. So what we've been able to achieve now is that we've been able to create a page object modeling style. But in the next series, where we'll talk about TDD, the PyTest approach to automation with Python and Selenium, we would see how we will move from testing step by step into testing in units. So which means we can test the home page. We can create a method on the home page that can test any of the tabs like we did, like picking the main tab, getting to a main stop. We can create a model like that. And we can also now create another model that will test the product listing page, then also the product page and the complete order page. So which means we might get at least 4 different tests while we are trying to do PyTest. And furthermore, we'll also do we'll do script reporting where we can create a report for our text using PyTest, and eventually we'll get to BDD. So thank you very much for getting this far, and please do not forget to use the like and also the subscribe button, and also leave comments and recommend this if you find it helpful to people that are also enthusiastic about learning automation. Thank you once again. Bye bye.